Welcome to Clap, a podcast on all things basketball with a specific emphasis on the NBA. My name's Aryan, and I'm back here with the usual crew. Abhiroop, Aryaman,
Yo.
Veer,
What's up, buddy?
and I'm here with a special guest as well. Ojas, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys?
Now, Ojas is quite unconventional for our guest. He doesn't really play basketball, but he does fangirl about his favorite team once in a while. So why don't you give them a short introduction of who you are?
I'm just a regular viewer of the game. Just enjoy watching. Big fan of Spurs.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about. This week has had a whole bunch of games. We're just going to talk about how our teams have been doing so far. So let's start with the biggest tragedy so far. Aryaman, how's your team doing?
So we have 4 legitimate NBA players and the rest are G Leaguers. Talking about the Warriors, of course. No defense. I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr on his own could play better defense than the entire Warriors right now.
I'm pretty sure if we sent in Abhiroop, he can play better defense than the Warriors.
Slap you, I locked you down.
Right. Sure.
It's locked you up, bro.
So Steph Curry's out for 3 months.
Minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum.
that's. I'm pretty sure your season's over, man. Like
It is over, but there's still a benefit.
Never
to it.
started to begin with.
Yeah, but the pro to this is now that there's zero pressure to make the playoffs. So now Klay Thompson can take the entire season to recover.
Where are you making the playoffs?
I just
That's
said
what
we're
he's
not
saying.
making the playoffs.
I mean, it's absolute death. Like, there's nothing much. Didn't D'Lo also get something with his ankle today or something?
Yeah, Kevon Looney, he's a loon. God knows what he's up to. So it's not going too well at all.
Well, that summarizes the Warriors, everybody. Did anyone think this was going to happen after a year where they were just the favorites to win the title? No, I don't think so. And I thought the injuries would end after the finals, but clearly not. It's going into the regular season as well, but oof. Now let's move on to Abhiroop. What about your team?
So,
I have 2 teams. Whether you like it or not. One in the East, one in the West.
Go for it.
Houston's progress is amazing. There were so many doubts on whether Harden and Westbrook could play together. But the fact that Westbrook is still dropping triple doubles actually is no surprise to me, because if you saw his OKC team, he didn't have any shooters over there and still would manage to drop triple doubles. And even, we know he broke the record. So on a team loaded with shooters that was supposed to revolve around James Harden, you add like a playmaker like Westbrook. Personally, I really want him to break the record, but he just might as well. Like,
I think Westbrook and Harden work so much better than Paul and Harden.
I feel like that has
too.
something to do with age. If we had Chris Paul in his prime, like, I swear.
No,
that
it's
would be-
not just age, it's the team's pace. Last year
that's
they were
good.
24th in the NBA in terms of pace, so that basically meant they could only score in a half-court setting, so they'll waste 20% of the clock. But this year with Russell Westbrook's insane athleticism, they're first in the NBA in terms of pace. So now they're actually scoring in transition.
You have Eric Gordon and Austin Rivers off the bench. Amazing shooters.
You all think this year's Houston team is better than the one that went up 3-2 on the Warriors like 2 years ago?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Ariza was vital in that series. We have PJ Tucker.
Oh,
He does
Lord.
give space offensively.
PJ Tucker is just a
defensively-
better Jared Dudley, honestly. They even look the same.
Yeah. No, but I think he plays really good defense.
What about your other team?
Milwaukee Bucks. I couldn't be more happy with the Bucks off season, especially with Wesley Matthews.
Yeah, but you lost
Effective
Malcolm
defensive player.
Brogdon. Brogdon's a beast.
Yeah, Wesley Matthews, good offensive player, and even better in defense. Robin Lopez to come off the bench.
Right. The biggest highlight of the Bucks season, honestly, is their Instagram page. I swear to God, every single time Giannis makes a 3, they put up a post and make it sound like he's become the next Steph Curry. But they're like, you don't want to give him space. You don't want to give him that 3-point shot. And like,
Yeah, the fact that he attempts so few shots is the reason his percentage is high. Like, he attempts 2 and he'll make like 1 or he'll make both. Like in today's game, also he shot 50%. In today's game, also he only took 2 shots and he converted 1. I mean, you think about it, it's not that much, but like that's a solid 50%.
A solid 50% if you attempt 6 and you make 3, dude. Not to attempt 2 and make 1.
Oh, he's only getting better, if you ask me. Like, he's becoming more dependable.
on
Better
the
than
3-point shot.
Better than Ben Simmons.
And then hopefully this time they win the final, because
Right.
pray to God he doesn't get injured, because he's the most vital in that lineup. the whole offense depends on him penetrating and dishing it out because he gets double teamed. That's why the addition of shooters, Eric Bledsoe can shoot, Brook Lopez can shoot, Chris Middleton's a shooter, Wesley Matthews is a shooter, who comes off the bench, Ursan, Kyle Korver, for Christ's sake. They've loaded
Kyle
it on
Korver,
shooters
yes.
around him.
Freaking Kyle Cobb.
Korver is the man doing.
You just named like a billion people who are out here to help
Shut
Giannis,
up.
yet your argument for him winning MVP was that people are going to think, oh, it's just Giannis who did this. But you just named like
Yeah.
20,000 shooters who are helping out.
To some extent, you do need your team.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But-
mean, Westbrook wouldn't have won if he didn't have the triple-double season. What assists come from your teammates. So the
Right.
same thing with Giannis is that, dude, none of these players on his team except Chris Middleton are all-star level. They're good. They're not great. The fact that he's able to get those chances for everyone to make the offense run, that's
This
why
gets
he's going
me-
to win
This
MVP.
gets me thinking, Aryaman, your pick for MVP was Steph Curry, but now he's out 3 months. Who are
Yeah.
you going with?
If it was right now performance, I'd say Cat.
Yes!
That's Kawhi Leonard. And if LeBron James doesn't load manage, then LeBron. But he's probably going
But the thing
to.
is, do you actually feel Leonard will win despite his heavy load management?
You see, yeah,
done by
that's the thing.
Clippers?
That's the thing. All these
Whatever
players,
load management Kawhi does, I don't think like LeBron's load management is going to be like way towards the end, like just before the playoffs. He's probably going to miss like a couple of games. Whereas Kawhi,
Get
and
this,
you never know with his
LeBron's
injuries
load-
and stuff.
LeBron's load management is going to have to be, it'll be much lesser, I feel, because that team really needs him. Like you
Yeah.
have Davis, you have the talents, but you need someone to link them up.
But if you look at it right now, LeBron
no.
is dishing out a lot of assists.
But then again, I don't think that if LeBron takes, games off, I don't think that's what's going to stop him from getting the MVP if he keeps playing at this level. Right?
and if Towns plays the way he's been playing and they make the playoffs, I have.
Being honest, being a Minnesota fan, Towns is not winning MVP. As
There
much as
we
I'd
go.
like to believe it, he's not winning MVP.
The first 3 games, he was playing so well.
So moving on to Ogis's team, which is quite unconventional actually. No one really follows the Spurs ever since they became irrelevant from Kawhi Leonard's injury.
I'd say I'm happy with the start. I mean, though we lost to Clippers, the start's been positive.
Losing to the Clippers
yeah,
isn't isn't something you should hold your head down. Like
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Clippers are winning the championship.
Plus,
slow
I
down,
would
slow down.
I would say this Clippers were a bit lucky as well against us. Their shooting percentage was awful, but their good defensive game. Couple of steals from Kawhi Leonard.
On to the freaking Minnesota Timberwolves. Veer, enlighten us, please.
Nothing is there to enlighten, bro. We are 4-1. Who would have thought?
That's nothing great. Even we are at 4-1.
Even we are 4-1.
It's nothing to go by.
You're the only Minnesota fan I know.
So I have family in Minneapolis and they don't even support them Timberwolves.
I guess Valley haven't gone to Minnesota yet. That's why.
Do you think they should trade Andrew Wiggins?
Honestly, he's not been playing badly.
But he's had enough and more time to develop.
Listen,
Get that man out of there.
The man was called Maple Jordan.
He became Maple Brandon
Okay.
Knight for all I care.
Dude, you can't compare him to Brandon Knight. That's actually sad. Wiggins hasn't been broken by every player in the league.
Bro, he's waste.
You tell me which player of the Minnesota you haven't called waste now.
Towns.
Okay, one.
Josh Okogie.
Robert Covington is good. Jeff Teague is playing decent.
Ricky Rubio's better.
You're better than Rio.
I hate Ricky Rubio as well.
Nah,
How
dude, that
can you
dude's
hate
good.
Ricky?
How can you?
Rubio had a career and life resurgence in Utah.
Forget that, dude. They won the World Cup.
So now let's go to the team that I've been extremely delighted to. 4-1, my Los Angeles Lakers destroying every team except for the freaking Clippers, and I'm okay with that because that's the first game. That was the first game. I'm okay with it. Excuse me. Kawhi Leonard drops 38 points and like 12 rebounds, and then everyone says he's the next coming of Jordan. My man LeBron drops like 39, 12, and 16, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's washed up." And it's not just that one game. Like my man's been playing so good this entire time. Like the guys they're figuring it out. That's the whole point I was trying to get at. Like the first time around, the more their chemistry develops over season, the more formidable the Lakers are. And like even people like Dwight Howard are performing the way that you'd think they should be. He's accepted his role off the bench. He's really doing what the Lakers need him to do. And my God, Danny, the way that man has been shooting, I swear to God, he's actually instant green.
Bro, I love him. Bro.
He was the Klay Thompson before Klay Thompson.
Val, you remember when you came to post office?
Yeah. What
Remember
about
which corner I used to go in? Same corner I do there only.
Yes, Veer Gupta. I think you and Danny Green are soul linked.
Same,
Oh,
bro,
Veer is
same.
like PJ Tucker. Veer only stays in the corner.
His shooting forms like DeAndre Jordan.
Vastu
Oh,
spot.
Lord.
That's Vastu.
Oh, this is where the Spurs come in. Danny Green shoots so well and plays so well. It's all Greg Popovich.
It is. I completely agree with that. Our whole team is great. It's nothing else.
Honestly.
Green this time is that he's getting a lot of space. LeBron is creating a lot of space. He's not being seen by a lot of the teams.
And yeah, no, it's not just that. Like every single time we've gone into a clutch situation, like with the 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Danny Green's just shooting the lights out. Like, I hope he can keep this up, but it's honestly insane the way he's shooting.
Okay, to end this episode, I feel that each of us should give a bold prediction of anything that might happen in the season. Aryaman, go ahead.
Okay. Minnesota makes the playoffs and Andrew Wiggins wins MIP.
Okay, next.
Westbrook is going to break the triple-double record again.
Okay.
The second prediction is Lonzo Ball, 2-time MIP.
So you're already making a prediction for next year as well. That means that by the end of the season, Lonzo Ball should be a 95% free throw shooter. Am I right?
I don't know whether this free throws or not, but
Ojas.
I'm saying Pelicans will make the playoffs. That's about
Okay.
it.
I feel Markel Fultz will win most improved player. He's already come back to the starting lineup in Orlando. So why not? Well,
Jason Tatum for most improved player. He's going to be top 3.
I would say Trey Young actually.
I would have said Trae Young for MVP if he wasn't injured.
okay, on that note, I think we come to the end of this episode from Val,
See you.
Ojas, our special guest,
Thank you for having me.
Abhi,
Thank you for being here, man.
thank you guys.
My pleasure.
Aryaman,
See you.
and me, Veer. See you on the next one. Minnesota rocks. Let's go.
Make sure to catch us on Spotify and Instagram and any other social media platform we decide to be on in the future. See you guys.